Hopefully it records this time. Alright, what's today's...
It's flashing red.
Alright, what's today's date?
July
8th.
July 8th, 2017.
Alright, where are we?
At Grandma and Grandpa Shupe's house.
Alright. What is your full name and why were you named that?
Janet Louise Thomas Shupe. And I was named after my Grandma Thomas. Her name was Louise. So Louise has kind of been a family name.
When and where were you born?
In Topeka, April 14, 1937.
Okay. Who were your parents and give their full names?
My mother was Loretta Mary Esser Thomas, and my dad was Leslie Dwight Thomas. And my mother came from Boonville, Missouri, and my dad was Atchison, Kansas.
Okay. Who were your grandparents and their full names?
My mother's parents were Henry John Esser of Boonville, Missouri, and Annetta Margaret Fuser Esser. And my dad's parents were William Isaac Thomas, and he was in Atchison, and Louise Henrietta Piker Thomas, also of Atchison.
Okay. How did you and Grandpa meet?
After high school, I got a job at Graves Truck Line, and he worked for Freightways, and they were on the same dock. And so the offices were upstairs, and the dock, two companies had the same dock.
And how long did you date before you got married?
Oh, well, probably not quite a year, because it was after high school. I graduated in '55 and started working there.
Okay. And how did he propose?
Well, it was Christmas Eve, and we was driving. We lived down a road that had a lane, and so he said, "Well, your Christmas present's in the back seat." And so I leaned back over, and here was a little ring box, and that's how he proposed.
What happened the day Mom was born?
Oh dear, and I don't even remember what time of the day. Most of the kids were all born, through the night, or I woke up early morning. Okay. And
name your children in order.
Eugenia Lynn, and Jackie Leon, Leina Lee, Martin Freeman, and Zanetta Louise.
Name your grandchildren in order.
Oh my goodness, can I cheat?
Yeah.
Christopher Wiegans, Levi Shupe, Amber Shupe. Well, do you want their married names? Okay, I should have said that. Amber Shupe Beck, and Ty Cox, Jessica Wiggins, Paul Cox, and Megan Aubrey Herman, and Courtney Shupe, Raina Shupe, and Brody Aubrey.
You want to try for great-grandchildren?
Oh my goodness, yes, I know them. That's Ethan Lamonte. I'm going to cheat on my wall. And then it was Carter Cox, Garrett Garrett Herman, and then it was Elise Cox. Oh dear, what was her little name? Oh, good grief.
Louise, isn't it?
Oh, Aspen Beck, and Wyatt Cox, and little Addison Herman.
Heck,
And that's in order.
that's a lot of them. Good work. What was your opinion of Dad when Mom first started dating him?
Well, I remember Uncle Marty had a house over here on Fairlawn, and your dad had a apartment across the street, and he was up there on the fire escapes, and we was over at Marty's, and he was looking down, and at first he was interested in Zanetta, and I thought he's too old for Zanetta, but I don't know how they met. Actually, probably just through Marty and them, because he lived across the street in apartments. And I don't know. I just thought he was nice. Didn't really know him.
Mm-hmm. What do you miss about the good old days?
Ooh, I don't. Well, it wasn't so much confusion and all this electronic stuff that I'm too old to learn.
Do you have any major regrets?
Any what, huh?
Major regrets.
Regrets?
Yeah.
Oh, not really. I might have tried raising my kids a little different.
How so?
Although, well, I don't know. I was pretty strict,
Mm-hmm.
but some of them have thanked me today for being strict. So I don't know if I would have. That's my only thought, was maybe I could have been raised them different or something.
What are you most proud of?
My children. First, my husband. He was a good home provider and for his family, and we have the 5 children.
How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, I don't know. That I was loving and very proud of my family.
What have you not done that you still hope to achieve?
I don't think there's anything, because I'm really satisfied with my life.
Okay. If you could change one thing about modern society, what would it be?
I can't really think of anything that's, it's really, it's all pretty good.
Okay. What was your favorite game or pastime as a child?
Well, my brothers and I would play out in the dirt, and we'd have, make roads and stuff, and I had a mirror that I'd put down, cover with dirt, and that was a pond.
Did you have a best friend growing up, and have you kept in touch?
Yes, it's Betty Reese, and that we had gotten to know each other in high school. And all the kids in grade school that I went to grade school with, we are still in touch today.
Do you remember any particular sadness growing up, or tragedies or events, and how did they shape you?
I don't recall in growing up,
At all in life?
but well, when we lost our son, Leon, or Jackie Leon, from depression, and so that was a sad time.
What is the fondest memory you have of your mother and father? Or any memories that you have?
I don't know. Whenever I'd follow my dad around, and he was kind of a carpenter, and I was always right there with him to watch and learn. And if kids did something, or myself, and act silly or did something wrong, he'd thump you on the head. Instead of, he never spanked us or anything, but that thump was hard enough.
And your mom?
Not really. She lived pretty close to us after my marriage, and I would do her hair and take care of her and take her to church, and that was a joy of my life.
Any memories of your grandfather or grandmothers?
No, I really don't.
Were you young when they died?
Yeah, fairly young, and I don't remember. Well, I don't remember Grandma at all. Just different visions, and I don't know if that was from looking at pictures, then kind of brings it back.
Mm-hmm.
But
What was your first job?
well, my Grandma Esther, I'll take that back
Okay.
because I really enjoyed Grandma Esther, and because I would go over in the summertime and stay with her and help her clean, and we'd do something, or when she sewed a lot and I'd sit back behind and lift the foot up and down, and or when we cleaned house, and she'd always stop and have a beer, and so she'd give me a little bit in a glass.
What kind of beer?
I don't know what kind it was. And then she'd give me a nickel, and I would walk down to the corner drugs or grocery store and buy some candy.
What was your first job?
Well, I babysat and worked at Duck Walls in North Topeka after high school.
What's Duck Walls?
10-cent dime store.
Okay.
Yeah.
What hobbies have you had that have brought you joy? Do you collect anything?
I collect bells. Eugenia, our oldest, had gone to San Antonio, and she brought me back a pretty blue bell. And ever since then, I would have a collection of bells, which I enjoyed. And I loved doing puzzles and
Stamps?
pardon?
Stamps?
Oh yes, I do collect stamps, canceled stamps. I enjoy them because they really tell a story.
As a child, did you have any career aspirations? Did they change as you got older?
Well, back in those days, you really didn't have a career or something. The career was, growing up, getting married, and having a family.
Okay. So, as an adult, did you have any close friends?